The first thing folks heard was the crack of a fist right there in the middle of a crowded plaza, the kind of sound that cuts through laughter and music like glass breaking. People froze, a few gasped, but most turned their heads away like trouble was contagious. And standing in the center of it all was a woman wiping blood from her lip peaches, rolling across the pavement, and a cop with a smirk plastered across his face like he just reminded the world that his badge made him untouchable. Only, this time he had no idea who he had just hit. Her name was Dana Keaton, and she wasn't just another shopper carrying bread and fruit on a hot afternoon. She was a federal agent on her day off trying to feel like a normal person for once. She could have blocked the punch. Hell, she could have dropped him in 3 seconds flat, but she didn't. She let it land, let the sting cut into her lip because she needed proof. And proof is what would end him. See, this whole mess started with something as small as a cigarette. Dana had been walking through Harbor Square, sun beating down, vendors hollering about cold sodas and shaved ice. She noticed a massive propane tank set up near a stage for the weekend festival, flimsy yellow tape doing little to warn anyone. And leaning against the tape-flicking ash like he owned the place was a cop named Roy Dalton. Big guy, barrel chest, mirrored shades, the kind of swagger that says rules don't apply to me. Dana walked up calm, her voice steady. "Excuse me, officer, you're smoking awfully close to that tank. That's a fire hazard." Dalton didn't even turn at first. He took a drag, blew smoke into the summer air, then finally swiveled his head. "And who exactly are you, safety patrol or just some nosy broad looking for attention?" Dana didn't flinch. "Just a concerned citizen." "I'm asking you to put it out." He chuckled, a dry, humorless sound. "Lady, I'm the law here, not you. So why don't you run along before you get yourself in trouble?" Now, most people would have walked away, swallowed the insult, maybe filed a complaint that had never seen daylight, but Dana, her blood simmered. She'd seen men like him 100 times, bullies in uniform who fed off intimidation. So she said it again, firmer, colder. "Your job is to protect and serve. Right now you're endangering everyone. I'll ask one more time. Respectfully put it out." That word respectfully hit him like a slap. He shoved off the post towering over her finger, jabbing into her shoulder. "You're not asking, you're telling. And nobody tells me what to do, especially not some mouthy woman who thinks she's smarter than me." His laugh was loud, mean, echoing across the plaza. "Assaulting a citizen isn't going to look good on your report. But lucky for me, I am the report." And that's when Dana brushed the third button on her blouse. To anyone else, just a button. To her, a recorder. Every word, every sneer, every threat saved. Dalton's jaw tightened. His fist clenched. Dana knew what was coming. She could have stopped it, but she didn't. She let him swing. The punch landed hard. Her sunglasses clattered to the ground. Her bag dropped, peaches scattering. She staggered, caught herself, blood streaking her lip. Dalton smirked, shaking his hand. "That's what you get. Now get out of my sight before I arrest you." Silence fell. No one stepped in. No cameras, no witnesses. At least, that's what he thought. Dana slowly straightened, chin-lifted, eyes like steel. And then calm, as if she were reading the time, she pulled out her badge. The gold caught the sun, unforgiving. Special Agent Dana Keaton, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Dalton's smirk melted. His voice stumbled. "FBI. You've got to be kidding me." Dana dabbed her lip, held his gaze. "You assaulted a federal officer after ignoring a public safety warning." "You're done, Officer Dalton. Step back and put your hands where I can see them." Panic flickered behind his glasses, but before he could react, his sergeant showed up, Frank Harlan, older, slicker, the kind of man who knew how to smooth things over with a handshake. He tried to downplay it. "Agent, nobody needs to get hurt twice today. Roy made a mistake. He'll apologize. I'll write him up and we can all go home. No press, no paperwork." Dana looked him dead in the eye. "That sounds like obstruction." And then she hit play. Her phone filled the square with Dalton's own words, his insults, his threats. the sound of his fist connecting with her face, followed by his cruel laugh. The crowd who had pretended not to see couldn't look away now. Dalton flinched, hearing himself like the sound could punch him back. Harlan's face tightened. Dana's voice cut through the stunned silence. "Officer Dalton, you are under arrest for assaulting a federal officer. Sergeant Harlan, you are detained for conspiracy and obstruction." Dalton's hands shook as she cuffed him. Harlan stiffened but obeyed. The illusion of power drained away in the click of handcuffs. The plaza exhaled. The city would never forget. That should have been the end. But the truth, that punch cracked open more than Dalton's arrogance. It ripped open years of buried misconduct. Files surfaced, complaints ignored, evidence shredded. A veteran officer named Michael Riley stepped forward, a box of old reports in his arms, saying, "I've been screaming into the void for years. Maybe now someone will listen." And people did listen. The video leaked. Millions watched Dalton's sneer swing and then crumble when Dana showed her badge. Protests surged. The department's leadership shook. Harlan's name was dragged into the mud, and suddenly the thin blue wall didn't look so solid anymore. In court, the defense tried to paint Dana as an instigator. "You could have walked away, couldn't you?" the attorney sneered. Dana turned to the jury. "My entire career has been built on walking into danger when others walk away. If I'd walked away, this would have been just another invisible moment. That's not justice." The jury deliberated less than an hour. Guilty on all counts. Dalton was stripped of badge, pension, freedom. Harlan pled guilty to obstruction to save his own skin. The judge's gavel struck, but the real sound was outside the roar of people demanding more than just two men's downfall. Dana walked out of the courthouse that day, scar on her lip catching the light. She didn't smile, didn't gloat. Some scars aren't about pain. They're proof you endured, proof you didn't back down. She knew this fight wasn't over. The silence that let men like Dalton thrive had been broken, but storms were still coming. And that's where the story hangs, isn't it? Because for every Dalton who gets caught, how many others still hide behind their badges, behind silence, behind systems built to protect them? Instead of the people, Dana didn't have an answer. But she had one truth: real power isn't in a badge or a fist. It's in the courage to hold those men accountable, no matter the cost. So let me ask you, was she right to take that punch and to endure it just to prove the truth? Or should she have dropped him where he stood and left justice to play catch up later? Have you ever seen someone abuse their power and wondered if silence was safer than speaking up? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is where the debate really begins. And don't forget to subscribe, because stories like this, they're not going away anytime soon.